We're recording, people. We are recording.
We're live.
We're live.
Okay. I have my equipment.
Okay, what equipment?
But if you'll let me talk, I'll appreciate it.
Okay.
All right. That means you can't talk.
You're fine.
These are two different types of bedpans. This one is probably the one that's the traditional type of bedpan. If this bedpan is used, it goes under the patient this direction. Got it?
So slant
If
down.
this is called a fracture pan. If this pan is used, you can see that it's much smaller, but this goes under the patient this direction.
So the slant goes under the patient on both pans.
Right. Okay, everybody got it?
Yes.
And many times this is the one that's used because you don't have to lift the hips as much as you would for this one. Okay, good. I have a back blanket. I have a chuck. I have gloves. Let's see what else I have. Has anyone looked at this yet? Okay. This says there's a 1,500 ml enema bag, a valve closure, pre-lubricated tip, so I don't need lubricant, right?
Right.
I have a moisture-proof drape and Castile soap packet. Do you know why they say Castile?
No.
If you go to read your chapter for next week, it talks about a mile. This would be used for a soap suds enema, all right? And so it's a solution of potassium soaps, glycerin, and sequestering agents. And it's used when a mild detergent cleanser is indicated. However, this bag can be used again, and it can be used for tap water. We will be discussing more about tap water also. This, again, is your bag, and the measuring is on the side. Depending upon your patient, but if it's an adult, you're using about 750 to 1,000 ml of fluid at a time.
Wow.
So 1,000 ml is to here. If it's tap water, it is just that, tap water out of the faucet, and it's not hot, it's not cold, all right?
Is the measurement on the bag accurate? 'Cause I know
It's accurate enough.
in the
for this.
catheter bag we don't use
Right,
that.
we
Okay.
don't. But this one is accurate
Okay.
enough, all right? Does anyone remember how high we make sure since we're still doing equipment, anyone know how high this should be from the patient's hips?
36 inches.
18. All right? So this is a little high, right?
Just a little.
Right. Because again, it's going to go in by gravity, all right? You need to assess your patient for the ability, you prepared this and you assess your patient for the ability to be able to hold the liquid. And they usually will tell you if they have difficulty holding stool even. They will know. If they're having difficulty holding stool, then they're going to have difficulty with this. All right? So that all is in part of your pre-assessment. You do want to make sure that you're explaining to your patient what it is you're doing. Just a little reminder, if you're giving tap water, you only give 3. If it says enemas till clear, that consists of 3 only, until it is determined by a physician to give another one. To remember about what is conducive to the GI system, what solution. Anyone remember for electrolyte purposes? Normal saline. If we're using tap water, then this could be an issue with your patient, right? So you always need to make sure, you always check results. Do not come to me and say, well, Mrs. Wiesman, the patient flushed it. Then somewhere you probably missed in the directions what the patient was supposed to do. All right? Be sure that you're telling your patient that you want to see the results before it's flushed. They'll pull on the light. They can pull the light on in the bathroom before they get up and leave, if they're able to get up and leave. or maybe you're using a commode, or maybe you must have a bedpan because they can't hold it at all. I have given a few enemas with them on the bedpan, unfortunately. Now, you might ask, Mrs. Weisman, how do you know what's going to happen if you give this and they're not able to hold it? Do you know what'll happen?
It'll come out.
all the way to the bathroom.
There'll be no going to the bathroom, because what will happen, and guess how I know this?
Experience.
Bingo.
I had a patient one time that had enema from here to here
Oh.
in the bed.
But you had a fun time cleaning that up.
I
Stick it in the
did.
shower.
At that time, that's not what you did. Unfortunately, because there wasn't a shower or an ability or a way to get them out of the bed and into the shower. We've come a long way, baby. Okay, so besides explaining to my patient what we're going to do, and I make sure I have all my equipment, and I've decided, am I using the bedpan for this purpose for you all? I'm using the bedpan because I want you to see that. If you've looked at your checklist, it's on there, all right? I want to know that you can put someone on a bedpan. But I would be asking them, would you rather have a commode at the bedside? All right, so that I could be prepared. Now, most of your facilities will have commodes either in the room, or they will already have been cleaned and put somewhere so you can go get one. If they have that little, you know how they put the little pieces of paper on equipment that they've cleaned, you know, the strips? Okay, in motels they do that a lot. Okay, they also do that now for equipment in hospitals, all right? So you would know if it was already cleaned. If it doesn't have a strip on there, it means it hasn't been cleaned yet.